Hi, and we are back as usual, and talking about the police brutality that seems to be going on rampantly around the country. Talking about cops tasing people, which seemingly it's very unwarranted, and I don't see the need. It seems unnecessary, an unnecessary evil toward an unnecessary end. I mean, you don't need to stop protesters. It's our congressional right. It is our right by the Constitution given to us to protest in any way. And I was just talking about this guy. Apparently, this guy was unarmed and in pajamas. And if I can, I'm gonna leave a small block here and post that picture. Another one, we have a Texas man. He was actually tased while having a seizure. Right? This guy's brother called the paramedics, and they showed up after the cops. Right? The cops show up and ordered this man to stop having a seizure. And this is in Austin, Texas. This isn't in the middle of nowhere. This is a major city. And let me just read. This is another article. There's actually a couple of articles. There's one at Infowars.com, and the one I have printed is from RT once again. And it says... Scott Sheely filed a federal complaint last week in Austin, Texas, requesting a jury trial against two police officers who shocked him with a taser. In May, Sheely unsuccessfully asked for a settlement of at least $1.5 million to cover the costs, medical fees, attorneys, and emotional damages. The case involves a police response to a 911 call last November. Police responded to a request for medical assistance to Sheely. Why are police showing up to a EMS call? Like, yes, I understand it, but it's not a gunshot wound. It's not a violent crime wound. And the guy's brother goes on to say that when he requested EMS, he told them, "My brother's having a seizure." Really? Why are the cops there? Nothing. It's just a glorified get used to having the cops around. I mean, nobody sees the cops and feels safe anymore at all. I mean, I see a cop in my rear view and it is like, am I doing the speed limit? Why is he behind me? What's he doing? You see a cop on the side of the road and you automatically slow down. You're doing like 5 miles an hour under the speed limit while you drive past this guy. Cops have become the new terror state. They just exude this. And that there are good cops out there, and I have nothing bad to say about them. However, I do have something to say about this intimidation factor that they put on the general public. And I don't like cops get in my face. The last time I talked to a cop, I got thrown in the PMO. All right, they took me down there, handcuffed me to a damn bench, and left me there for 4 hours because I told them that a cabbie tried to rob me, and she did, and they let her go because the cop knew her. However, they didn't charge me with anything. They didn't even file paperwork. They didn't even send it up on any sort of blotter. Nothing. They just handcuffed me. And then told me to call someone because I couldn't drive. And, well, obviously I was in a cab because I had been drinking. And I couldn't walk anywhere because it'd be public intox. So they just handcuffed me there and left me for like 4 hours. These cops are out of control. They have just lost their fucking minds. They are not the law. They are not Judge Dredd. This is not, a despot America. Everybody lives in stacked upon stacked cities, and fucking Sylvester Stallone isn't running around with a fucking gay helmet on. So, eventually, back to my story and back to my point, since we're already halfway through this fucking segment, the paramedics arrive for this guy. Extremely. I mean, the cops are already fucking yelling at this guy and shocking the shit out of him. And then the paramedics show up. I would rather have the freaking paramedics show up if I was injured before the cops. What are the cops going to do? Nothing. They know CPR. They don't have any meds. They can't save you from crap. You know? As soon as the paramedics arrive, Sheely was injected with Halidol and Ativan. Drugs that are used to control psychotic disorders and anxiety. This guy's having a seizure. It was put out. And it says it was told to them. I know it's in here. I believe, I think it's in the other article. 5 times. 5 times. The dispatcher informed them that he was having a seizure. So the paramedics show up and totally administer the wrong medication. Not only has he been tased, a guy having a seizure, the cops show up, tase him, and then the paramedics show up and just pump him full of antipsychotics, which do not stop seizures. And I know this is a fact. I have anti-seizure medication on top of my refrigerator. It's not some Halidol and Ativan are not prescribed for seizures at all. All right, so and going off on a small tangent here, that's ridiculous. Why? Why would anyone even call the cops? If you're just, when they show up, you're going to be tased. And in the next segment, you're going to see a very clear example of this. You're just going to be tased. Just call the cops, get tased, and you'll be paying for it. Because the state's not going to pay for you to go to the hospital. Anytime they fucking tase you, you have to go to a hospital. You have to have the barbs pulled out, and they can't just rip them out of your skin and send you off to jail and have a nice day. And you're gonna be fined for it. It's that simple. It's worse than when they came out with fucking radar guns and they're just tagging people left and right. And then I found out they weren't tagging your speed, they were tagging the speed of wheel rotation on your car. And then they had to actually make the fucking, speed trap 1-1 and calculate the distance between instead of just zapping your car, because you're zapping the wheel rotation sometimes. It just, police need to learn that they are not the law. They're not. They're there to serve and protect the people to which they patrol. That's it. All right? Like the same as U.S. military personnel, we are there to defend and uphold the Constitution of the United States. And if you want to get down to it, we should stop cops because they are violating people's rights. That's just a fact. If the police are going to act like a standing army and terrorize United States citizens, then every soldier, sailor, Marine, and airman have a duty to stop them. However, we are not authorized to do so because local law enforcement, has jurisdiction over us. I mean, really? No, they don't. They break the law. If they violate constitutional rights, then we are sworn to uphold their constitutional rights, I believe. And that's just my opinion. So if you don't think the same way, leave a comment at the bottom or leave a video response, and then you can kiss my ass. But back to my point. All right. That's the end of this segment. We're running up on time again, so we're going to have to do another upload. So stay tuned, like the channel. Stay classy.